Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my recipe for these coconut buns. They're going to be perfectly moist on the inside, and on the outside they're going to have a beautiful crunch and a beautiful color. So in today's recipe, besides the traditional recipe, I'm also going to be giving some vegan options. So if you're vegan and you want to put these buns together, you can do that as well. So let's get into it. In a large bowl, I'm going to start off by combining all of my dried ingredients. So I'm starting off with my all-purpose flour, and I'm also going to go in with some baking powder. Now it's important that you get that baking powder ratio right, so this way you get that perfect texture on the inside. As usual, all of my ingredients and their measurements will be down in the description box below this video. And besides that, I'm going to go in with a pinch of salt just to balance out the sweet flavors. I'm also going to go in with some sugar, and for this recipe I recommend using white sugar or granulated sugar. It makes the recipe come out the best. And then I'm also going to go in with some spice. I'm going in with freshly ground nutmeg, but if you wanted to use any other types of spices, you can do that as well. And once you've added in all of your dried ingredients, you're going to give them a quick mix until everything is properly combined. At this point, we're going to be going in with that freshly grated coconut that I was talking about before. Basically, I bought a fresh coconut from the grocery store. I burst it in half and then I grated it on the finest side of my grater. Now, if you don't have one of those old-time Guyanese graters, you can also put this in a food processor or use a hand grater like I did. So once you mix in this coconut really well, you're also going to go in with some butter. This is just unsalted butter that I'm using, and it is partially melted, so this way it can mix in properly. Now, in order to make this vegan, you can substitute this for coconut oil, or you can substitute it for vegan butter as well. And once you've mixed in that butter with all of the other ingredients, it is time to start streaming in some milk. So I'm using evaporated milk today, and I'm also going to be going in with some almond essence as well as some vanilla essence. That's just my preferred flavors. You can use whatever type of essences or extracts that you wish. And to make this vegan, instead of using the milk, you can use any other type of vegan milks. So I've used almond milk to put this together before and they come out perfect. You can also use coconut milk, soy milk, cashew milk. The possibilities are endless. So you guys are going to see that I'm only adding in a little bit of liquid at a time, and that is because I do not want to add in too much. If you add in too much liquid to your coconut buns, then it will spread too much in the oven and they won't have those beautiful crispy edges all over. So as you guys can see, mine is like a very sticky and tacky dough. This is exactly what you're looking for. I'm going to leave a measurement of how much milk I use in the description box below, but you will have to regulate it to meet the needs of your flour or the other ingredients that you're using. Once you get your dough mixed together, it is time to bake these bad boys. So I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees, and what I'm doing is on my baking sheet, I've lined it with some parchment paper. That's just going to ensure that nothing sticks. If you were my grandmother, you might go ahead and grease your tray and then put them on, but I find that the parchment paper works perfectly. So all I'm doing is dropping them into about 1/3 to 1/2 cup measurements onto the parchment paper lined pan, and I'm doing this with my hand because it gives it that really nice rough texture. But if you wanted to scoop them, you can do that as well. And once you get them down onto that parchment paper, you're going to top each one with half of a maraschino cherry. This part is totally optional. If you don't like cherries, you don't have to put it. Once I top them all with cherries, I'm going to pop this into the oven for exactly 15 to 18 minutes, just depending on how big or small that you make them. And once they have a golden brown exterior all over, we're going to go ahead and pull them out. And here they are. My coconut buns are fresh out of the oven. I allowed them to cool for just about 5 minutes. And at this point, I'm going to break into one and show you guys what it looks like on the inside. As you guys can see, it has a little bit of a fluff on the inside. It's nice and moist, not dry or crumbly, and then the outside has a beautiful crisp and it has those nice rough edges. I hope you guys give my recipe a try today. I gave you guys those beautiful vegan options inside, so this way if you're vegan or have dietary restrictions, you can try this out. So if you enjoyed this recipe today, please don't forget to give it a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed yet, and make sure you're clicking that bell notification icon so you know when I post my newest videos. And of course, drop those comments down below and see what I should make next.